Hello, 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 gang. How are y'all doing? Am I audible? Can I be heard? Am I audible? Can I be heard? Please let me know. Aw, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Super Dark. Hopefully this stream will make you feel somewhat better. Anyway, before I begin the fanfiction proper, there's something I want to show y'all. And it's this super cursed piece of art I found yesterday. This is the art in question. So, there's a lot to unpack here as to why and what. So you got the Timothy Chalamet look-alike, according to one of my friends right here. Got the Crown Princess of Sweden right here, and I don't know why this exists. Some Ukrainian simp painted that. This is so shit, I love it. Well, good to know. Here's the simp in question. One corner blue sky, one corner some noble fucker. Yeah, I don't know if that's snow or if it's just the camera. But either way, this is incredibly cursed, and I'm glad I got to introduce this to y'all. So, without further ado, let's read this fanfiction I dug around for on Tumblr. Swedish American Royal Love Story by I don't know who this belongs to. Ugh. So, I'm gonna zoom in here so y'all can see the story of Prince Isaac. Just calm. Okay, I hope that is not the case, but without further ado, the young story of Prince Isaac of Sweden, the youngest of Carl Gustaf and Sylvia's 4 children, and how he met his American princess. That's all I know about this so far. I didn't skim this, so I apologize if there's any rule breaking here, Twitch. Please do not ban me. Hey Roxanne, welcome. We're reading Swedish monarchy fanfiction that is super cursed in honor of that. Hey, Hello! Welcome, newcomers. We are reading Swedish American Royal Love Story I don't know what exactly this is about, but let's find out. Chapter 1, May 2010, Stockholm, Sweden. The ice sack, there's of Apple releases. I do not know why you have Twitch Prime in your deal. I have Twitch Prime too, but that's only because I have Amazon Prime because I'm a capitalist shill. Okay. Mom, I'm going with Mad. She doesn't need to be alone in New York City right now. I won't let her be alone, says Isaac. What are you going to do there? You have to start school back in September. You have charity work to do here with your patronages, said Sylvia. Well, one lives in a society after all. Yeah, that is very, very fair. Mom, seriously? I can still do work with my patronages. I can work with childhood like Mad. By Mad, they mean Madeline, in case you don't know who the fuck they're talking about. The third and canonically the youngest child of these two cunts. I can always come home when I need to for events. It's like an 8-hour flight from New York City to Stockholm, right? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How long does it take to fly from New York City to Stockholm?
Okay, I found this on the web for how long does it take to fly from New York City to Stockholm? Check it out.
How long? Flight time is 9 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah, that's not convenient at all, Isaac. Why are you not upset that Matt is moving away? Exclaims Isaac, looking frustrated. Darling, you are so young to be going away. I just love how these fanfics are all attempting to translate that good teen shit people do in bumfuck East Dakota and superimpose them on foreign royals. Yes, the 51st state of the United States of America, East Dakota. Hello, prettiest pony. Welcome to Flower Gothic Reads Swedish Royal Family Cringe. Darling, you're so young to be going away. I know you want to be with your sister because you're in love with her. I'm going to set that up now, but maybe she needs some time alone. I can't have my two youngest be so far away. It's ... I'm going, Mom. It's just for the summer, interrupts Isaac as he walks out of the room. The Swedish king gets executing a lot. It makes fun of him for having dyslexia, and that's terrible. Yeah, I mean, I know that your king is an absolute cunt, but it's not okay to make fun of a disability. Let's make that very clear right now. Anyway, there are a number of inconsistencies here, but I don't want to keep on, complaining, so let's keep reading. Madeline rolls over and looks at the clock on the nightstand in her apartment in Stockholm. It's 2 a.m. Also, wasn't there a really important wedding in Stockholm in 2010 that would probably predate Isaac from spending a summer in New York? Madeline rolls over and looks at the clock on the nightstand at her apartment in Stockholm. It's 2 a.m. What the? Who is here at this time? She says to herself. Madeline runs to the door and rips it open. Isaac! Is something wrong? Cool, Philip! The meme hat. I have seen the photoshopped meme hats, and they are absolutely hilarious, and I live for them. No, nothing is wrong, sis. I want to, have sex with you. I'm sorry, it's giving the implication that Isaac has, like, an unrequited love for his sister. And I can't get that out of my head. Apartment on... Okay. From what I understand about how the Swedish monarchy works, and this does not apply to everywhere else, this is just Sweden because I'm a jerk-ass. They have, like, little apartments in their, like, main residence palace, and, that's where they live until they're married or whatever. I think that's how it works. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Nyland smacks him upside the head. Then why are you banging on my door at 2 a.m.? What are you doing, step bro? Ouch! Isaac shrieks. Get in here! Madeline yells as she pulls him inside her apartment. This sounds like the setup to a porno. I'm just saying that right now. Like, I can't get that out of my head! This just sounds like a porno. Jeez, you're cranky tonight. Seriously? You just woke me up at 2 in the morning! Brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. This better be important. Oh gosh, did you get a girl pregnant? You know that I'm your one true love! Part of the money they get is to live in and maintain a tourist attraction. I mean, yeah. I still want to do the Solidin thing. And I want my ultimate dream is for it to be an entourage. Please come with me and enable me. I will buy you a t-shirt that makes fun of them. Please, 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 please. What? No! Then what is so important that you decide to wake me and have the apartment complex up in the middle of the night for? I had a fight with Mom. You did not have a fight. Your mother reasonably said you are probably too young to be living abroad, especially alone with your sister, where there are very sexual implications here. And, yeah. I couldn't cringe harder if I drank the entirety of preserved lemon juice I have in my house. Oh, yes, DSI friend, please. Please come with me. Let's do this. I'll pay for the t-shirts. May 2010, Tennessee. Lucille Ann Kingston, highest honors. A petite brunette walks across the stage and shakes the teacher's and superintendent's hands as an obnoxious loud yell comes from the bleachers. I'm guessing this is supposed to be the American love interest. Yeah! Yeah, Lucy! Lucy starts to laugh at her older brother, who she's also having sex with, and his constant need to embarrass her. Nice cheese, Crown Boy. Did your mom pick them up for you? No, Super Dark, that's not the intent. We gotta be subtle with our insults. Which is why I'm going to be wearing those t-shirts. That I'm going to sell eventually. I promise. Trying to not add too many details because I don't want to end up on Sapo's watch list. She takes her seat with the rest of the class of 2010 before the principal says, Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Wheat County High School's class of 2010. Wheat County. Is there a Wheat County in Tennessee? Like, that sounds more like East Dakota! There is There was a farming community in Rowan County, Tennessee named Wheat, but that's it. The audience applauds and cheers as graduates fling their caps into the air. The graduates and their families gather on the football field for photos. Someone runs up behind Lucy and grabs her head to mess her hair up. It's her brother, who she also has sex with. Oh my gosh, Will, would you stop? You're messing up my hair before pictures, you jerk. Oh, hush, little sis. You look just fine. Here, take a picture with your incredibly handsome, talented older brother that you love so much. Okay, I'm just gonna put this out here now. I'm going to bet that the author of this fanfiction is an only child and assumed that sibling relationships are like the real relationships she's had. So there's a lot of incest subtext, which I hate. What if we kissed on the wheat silo in Wheat County, East Dakota? Fine. They smile for a civilized photo before Lucy gets her revenge on her big brother. She punches him square in the stomach. Karma, Mr. Star College athlete. My children, can you two not behave? Asks their mother. I mean, well-behaved children are not the opening to any incest ever. You know how they are, Anne. Just let them fight it out, responds the father. Yeah, that checks out for Southern United States, as well as the incest subtext. I know Thomas. I was just hoping they would behave at Lucy's graduation. Our kids behave? Mr. Kingston, remember his name is Thomas. Thomas Kingston says while laughing. Come on, you two, let's go grab supper. Lucy gets to choose. Wait for it, ... William says as he rolls his eyes. Outback, Lucy announces. I mean, that checks out for, like, bumfuck nowhere, United States. The fanciest restaurant in town is a fucking Outback Steakhouse. I've never been to an Outback Steakhouse before, actually. Have any of you been to an Outback? I know that most of my friend base is not American, but I'm curious. Not seeing her brother behind her mocking her exact movements. The family sits down for supper. They teleported to Outback Steakhouse immediately because that's how they work. As Anne asks her daughter if she's ready for UT. Do Americans even use the word sup? Depends on the part of the country you live in. Most of the time, the answer is no. Most of the time, the answer is no. Trying the most sad steaks ever in my experience. What the absolute fuck is an Outback? I've been to Jensen's Beef House? From the lettering, I'm assuming that's from either Norway or Denmark. Which one is it? And as for daughter, she's ready for UT. There are multiple UTs. There's University of Tennessee, University of Texas. Down here in Tejas, UT stands for University of Texas, so I'll assume that unless otherwise stated. Lucy tells her how excited she is, instead of telling how excited she is, because that would lead to character development, which is illegal. Infinite ribs. Infinite ribs? Wait, what? Will directly looks at his little sister, Lucy's eye. Lucille Ann Kingston, if you so much as look at one of my teammates, I'll lock you in your dorm. You can't date an athlete. And why is that, big brother? 'Cause they are all assholes. All are, Will, all but me. They're fucking! I'm gonna call it now. They're fucking. Like, there is no way. Like, there is no subtext. This is all, like, text, no subtext at this point. Okay, well then I'll just wait patiently for my prince to come knocking on my door on his white horse and make me his princess. The annoyance cleared Lucy's voice. This is, like, such transparent foreshadowing, I fucking cannot. The genitals are doing a touch. Yeah, he is fiddling her diddle, if you will. I'm not letting you date some prince either. Because you're mine and mine only. Dude, I never date a prince because one, what prince is going to be at the University of Tennessee, University of Texas? Last I checked, Harry was way past college age. And two, I'm not curtsying to anyone. And three, a prince will get in my way of becoming the first female president, Lucy firmly states. Oh yes, the president of the inherently not corrupt country of the United States of America. Will, you don't have to worry. Lucy isn't allowed to date until she's 40 anyway. I'm assuming the dad says this as he winks at his son. Yeah, that checks out for Southern families. Traditional Southern families, of which my family is not. And looks at them all. Just eat your dinner and leave your little graduate alone. Okay, we're gonna go on to chapter 2 in a second. I just need to refill my water bottle, okay? Okay. Okay, I'm back. So let's move on to chapter 2. And I'm gonna zoom in here. Chapter 2, August 2010, Knoxville, Tennessee. This was after that super important wedding from 2010, I think. Whatever, okay, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I know what that wedding is, but it looks like it's irrelevant to this story. So I'm invested in how that's gonna play out, but fuck it. Jesus, how much stuff did you pack in these boxes? Asks William. I only packed what was necessary and that I needed, exclaims Lucy. Both Thomas, remember, Thomas is the father. The gloves are willing to protect the equals from the Queen's willing touch. Yes, Crown Princess Mary, the Queen of Legoland. At each other as they make their 5 trip up the stairs to the 6th floor of Lucy's dorm. Lucy and Anne, the mother, stay in her new room unpacking and starting to decorate. An hour later, William has to leave for workouts. You'd think Coach would excuse me from workouts today, considering I just carried your 100-pound crap up 6 flights of stairs for the past 2 hours. Brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. Oh hush, go run your laps so you all will be prepared to win us the SEC this year. I'm sorry. What? Hang on. Okay, yeah, they are part of the SEC, the Southeastern American College Football Association. But you don't win the SEC. You win. How will you know you do win the SEC? You win this time, whoever you are. Yes, ma'am. William mocks his sister as he gives a salute. Then he heads out the door to the football complex. Well, darling, we have you completely unpacked. Do you have everything you need? Have everything sorted for sorority recruitment tomorrow? Asks Anne. Man, fuck sororities. I think so, Mama. Let's go get something to eat before you all head back home, replies Lucy. A few miles away, another new student is moving into his apartment off campus. I'm so glad I don't have to stay in the on-campus housing. It's so small and cramped, says Isaac. Why? Wait. Why is Isaac attending some university in bumfuck Tennessee? He's like a legit prince, still like pretty close in line to the throne. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand. We'll just make sure you are actually going to class then, since you are off campus and all. Don't slack off. You only get to stay here if you make good grades and behave, Carl Gustav fireably tells his son. Okay. As I as you all know, I live in America, have lived in America all my life. So we don't have any dumbass royal family here, but I gotta ask, what fucking European monarch would be chill with their child going to a university in bumfuck Tennessee? Just what? What? Don't worry, Papa. I'm here to get a foreign experience in schooling, just like Victoria did at Yale. That was also partly for unrelated reasons towards wanting to get a foreign experience in schooling, but we're not going to discuss that. And Carl Phillip at the Rhode Island School of Design, in case you were too lazy to Google that shit yourself. Madeline was able to study in London, too. I'm just following in their footsteps by going to bumfuck University of Tennessee. Like, what the fuck? I'm well aware of that, Isaac. I just want you to do well. Is that the plot to The Princess Diaries, since the protagonist was a royal but didn't know she was? I have no idea. I really, the only thing I can think of is Princess Protection. Oh, you mean Mary the Making of a Princess? That movie I keep telling y'all to watch because it is so fucking hilarious. I will, Papa. And I promise to keep up with my patronages and help a childhood on my breaks. I actually have never watched The Princess Diaries before, but I will if it's... Is it actually that good, or is it because it's so terrible y'all know I'll like it? Be honest with me, please. I expect nothing less. You know your mother is still quite upset that you have decided to stay here for the time being. To her, you are still 5 years old and her miracle baby. It's hard having you and your sister all the way across the Atlantic, but I want you both to be happy. Would your cuck king really say this? Thank you, Papa. Where did Mom and Mad go? They went to find you some throw pillows for this couch. Both men start laughing, just as the apartment door swings open. What you two laughing about? Asks Madeline. Oh, nothing. Just some father and son bonding, Carl Gustav tells his youngest daughter, in case you didn't know that already. Sure, replies Madeline. Come on, Mom. Let's make sure this apartment looks somewhat decent for the time being so I can fuck my brother. I can't get that out of my head. Like, fuck! Sylvia laughs and joins her daughter. A couple hours later, a crying Sylvia hugs her two children. I'm going to miss you both. You have to promise to write and call at least once a week. No one fucking wrote even in 2010. You emailed. You fucking emailed. The lag today is much bigger than normal. Yeah, I'm sorry about, the lag. We've had a bit of a storm here about an hour ago, so that might partly be why, but I'm just glad you two have each other this far away from home. While you're fucking. But no, you are welcome back to Stockholm whenever you want, preferably sooner than later. Her two children smile and say in unison, Love you, Mom. Love you, Papa. The king and queen, in case you forgot, head out of the building to return to Sweden. Madeline turns to her brother. Listen, just please make sure to check in with Mom. She's having a hard time. And I'm only a couple hours away by plane. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do, not fuck me. Madeline winks at her little brother. Good night, she says as she heads to the guest room. I'm in bumfuck West Asia, so that probably is more than anything. The next morning. Are you sure you don't want to go through recruitment with me? Lucy asked her roommate, Angela. I'm sure. You'll go on ahead. I'll be here to help you pick out your outfits. I hope you get in the... I'm blinking in confusion. I hope you get in the one you want. Thanks, I'll see you back for supper. 5 hours later, and because apparently the sorority stuff was fucking pointless, an exhausted Lucy walks into her dorm. You look exhausted, says Angela. No fucking shit! You have no idea. We had to go through each house. We only had 10 minutes in each one. Then we had to pick our top 10 for tomorrow. Then we have philanthropy round, size Lucy. Did you literally just take this from the University of Tennessee website? Because if so, that's kind of lazy. Because you're supposed to incorporate your details naturally into the setting, naturally into the story. Not just vomit exposition all over me. Feel like I'm being advertised, the University of Tennessee, but no, I'm not. Change clothes and we can head to the cafeteria. Okay. Sound perfect. I'm starving. Luckily, we get a break from recruitment on Wednesday when classes start. Good to know. Across campus. Well, little brother, what do you want to do today before I leave in the morning? Asked Madeline. Let's explore the town some. Maybe we can get a tour of that huge stadium where their American football team plays. It holds over 100,000 people for games, replies Isaac. I'm sure you went through the Wikipedia page for that, whoever you are. Come on, Flower, Googling the wiki hours or websites about pages is tradition in monarchist fanfiction. I mean, you're right, but still, I expect at least some effort at some point in my life. Fuck! 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 Fuck. Whatever you want to do, let's go to the grocery store too. That way the fridge will be stocked and I can cook you dinner before I leave. Because I am woman and your lover. Groceries, yes. Cooking? No. I want to live to see my next birthday. Oh, shut up. I can cook. Yeah, but not very well. You're lucky New York has plenty of restaurants, otherwise you'd starve. Madeline glares at her brother. Fine, we can order pizza then. Then I have an early flight anyway tomorrow. This way, I won't have to worry about cleaning up. But come on now, let's go explore. Okay. Next chapter. This is almost 40 chapters, by the way, so we're in for a treat, motherfuckers! Chapter 3, January 6, 2011? Hold up. You just skipped 5 months. The first 2 chapters just set up how Isaac and Lucy, or whatever the fuck her name is, are going to bumfuck University of Tennessee. and apparently sorority recruitment, exploring what? So now it's 5 months later, and nothing of note happened between those 5 months. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna guess this is like the chapter they meet, though. I don't get why it couldn't be in September of 2010 for convenience's sake, but I guess this is Swedish Royal Loves fanfic and she does what the fuck she wants! Clip that, please. Isaac sits in the back of the massive lecture hall waiting for his Geography 102 class to begin. He got there early and was waiting on friends to finally arrive. About 10 minutes before class was about to start, he looks to the open door. In walks this petite brunette. It's Lucy, isn't it? She was the prettiest girl Isaac had ever seen. She started to walk up the steps and Isaac got nervous. Really nervous. What if she sits by me, he thought. He starts telling himself to be cool. 5 months of Habsburg moments. He smiles at her, but she's paying no attention. She sits down a couple rows in front of him with another girl wearing a matching Greek sweatshirt. He tells himself after class he will talk to her. After the short lecture, the professor dismisses class. She's like my sister! It's like 40 chapters, but I'm not going to read them all today. Because I'm a sane woman, unlike this person. Sweet home Alabama, ba-da-da-da-da-da. The first day never takes long. He starts to walk down to where the brunette is sitting. She's turned to get up while talking to a friend. She looks at Isaac and smiles. He freezes. He can't form words, so he awkwardly goes down the steps and out the door. Geez, could you have been any more awkward, he thinks to himself. He shakes his head and walks to his next class. April 15, 2011. Apparently, nothing of note happened between the next 4 months. What the fuck is with this, like, time jumping? Like, shit, fuck. We could have gotten a sex scene with Lucy and her brother by now. Like, fuck. Okay, let's end class early for the day, get out of town, and enjoy a spring break, the professor tells her his geography class. Lucy jumps up and grabs her batons to head out of the door. She thought she heard someone say, hey, but she had no time for chit-chat. She rushed to Stokely Athletic Center to practice for a couple hours before heading home. She only had a week before tryouts, and she was determined to make the team. What team? Like drill team, cheerleading team? There are multiple implications here, ass. The Bonapartes would totally try reconquering the South if given the chance. April 23rd, 2011. Lucy was so nervous she felt sick. She had performed to the best of her ability. Now her and the other 30 girls who wanted to make the team stood in front of the band director. If I call your number, you have made the team. If not, better luck next year, he said with a stone cold look on his face. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12, 14, 17, 25, 29. If I did not call your number, please exit. Congratulations to the new team. Lucy starts jumping up and down, so happy she had made the team. She hugs her friends with tears in her eyes. Across campus, another athlete is laying on the table talking with a trainer. What? I'm in the middle of something. Derek, I'm in the middle of something right now. Derek, like, not for another, 20 minutes. Sorry about that. Isaac, you have done too much damage to your knee. There's no way you can continue playing on the hockey. I'm sorry. There is no way, anyone would let this bumfuck Bernadotte be on the bumfuck University of Tennessee hockey team. Fuck, bumfuck, fuck. You're going to have to leave the team. I'm sorry, the trader says. We hate to lose you, Isaac. However, your health is the most important. You also have responsibilities back in Sweden. That's also partially why he wouldn't have been allowed to be on the team in the first place. We can't have you get injured even more and prevent you from doing your duties, the coach tells him. I understand. Thanks for everything. Sincerely, thank you. I appreciate everything you've done in allowing me to play, Isaac tells them. He shakes their hands and goes to clean out his locker. On his way to his car, he sees the mysterious brunette walking out of the band room looking ecstatic. He smiles to himself and places a phone call. Hey, Isaac. Hey, Matt. What's wrong? My knee is so messed up I can't play hockey anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. I know how much you love the game. Yeah, I don't know what to do with my time now. I'm sure you will find out something. Plus, this will give you more time to study. Maybe you'll finally get the courage to talk to this brunette I hear about all the time. You know, the one who says looks exactly like me. I'm making the world worse by spraying crappy Floricus fanfic at mom. That wasn't my mom. That was my brother. I actually saw her a few minutes ago. Did you say anything? You didn't, did you? You're pathetic, little brother. Just say hey. Shouldn't be any different from fucking me. Alright. So, a little bit ago, I texted my dad who went to an SEC school, not University of Tennessee. So I asked him his thoughts on the matter. He said, I don't like their shade of orange. I don't think the Volunteers is exactly a mascot that strikes fear into their opponents. He went there once for a game, and everyone was nice, apparently. So, yeah. Make from that what you will. Okay, yeah, saying hey is going to make a lot of sense to someone who isn't Swedish, sis. Do you, does this fucker think it's pronounced hedge? Does she think it's pronounced hedge? Or hedge? Because it's not, it's just he. He. Yeah, it's just hey. Like, literally, it's just hey. There is no, like, hard J in Swedish as far as I know. It's like, ja, jag, Julia. You know what I meant. Yeah, I know. The semester is almost over, though. We just have a couple more days. When will Victoria and Daniel go to London? Yeah, you know, the wedding? The wedding that was supposed to take place in summer of 2010 that would have predated, like, Isaac from going to United States, remember? They're flying in the 28th. It's going to be crazy in London. They are expecting possibly 1 billion people to tune in on television. No. No, they wouldn't. Like, Swedish buddies who are in the chat, does anyone outside of Sweden give a shit about the Bernadottes? And even then, does anyone in Sweden give a shit about the Bernadottes? Please tell me. Yeah, I've heard. People here in the States are insane about this. No, they wouldn't. No one in the States gives a shit about the Swedish monarchs. I'm going to say that right now. Super Dark, you're not Swedish. You don't count. I know. It makes me laugh. They got rid of the British monarchy in the 1700s, but yet are all tuned into everything about the royal wedding. Everyone wants to be Kate. Oh, are they talking about the Will and Kate wedding? Okay. 200 years is a lot to a country's relationship with its former daddy, so, she was sponsored by royals? Get fucked. Oh, I know. I hear girls talking about it here. They were having sleepovers to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch the wedding. I was like 10, almost 11 when the wedding happened, and I know I've said this story before, but I'm gonna say it again. My mom asked if I wanted to wake up early to watch it. I said yes, because I was 10 and didn't know any better. So I wake up at like 5 in the morning, I think, and mom makes me some Eggo pancakes, you know, the kind that you microwave. And it was so fucking boring. Like, it's just all that religion shit I don't bother with. Like, why did people care so much? Oh, yeah, because it was a marriage. It was a royal marriage. People apparently are supposed to give a shit about that. That's dedication. I doubt people would do that for my wedding, if I ever get one. Matt, you will get one. The right guy is probably in front of you. Speaking of, you interested in anyone? Kind of. I'm seeing where this thing goes with my friend Chris. He's such a great guy. He anonymously donated $100,000 to the World Childhood Foundation after we met. Not sure if that's true, but I'm not going to bother looking it up because I do not give a shit about Chris O'Neill. I don't think anyone in Sweden gives a fuck about Chris O'Neill. He sounds like a good guy. Yeah, I think I'm falling for him. I believe the best ever killing copy that a Swedish tabloid ever sold was announcing the royal wedding. The Will and Kate wedding? Or that one that Wikipedia said was the equivalent to the Will and Kate wedding? I don't know. Was it the Will and Kate wedding? That was my original question. Well, I want to meet him. Hey, wait until something actually gets started. Ha, fair enough. I'll talk to you later, sis. Älskar dig. Älskar dig, Isaac. April 29, 2011. Babe. Oh, was it the Charles and Diana wedding? Because that, from what I've heard, that was like a big deal. Hurry, get up! Turn on the TV! Angela yells. Lucy pops out of bed and jumps on the couch of Angela. I can't wait to see what her dress looks like, Lucy says. Little did they know it was going to be a ripoff of Grace Kelly's dress. Oh yeah, did you know that it was a ripoff of Grace Kelly's wedding dress? It was a ripoff of Grace Kelly's wedding dress. I know, she's so pretty, Angela tells her roommate. She's not. She's like a 7 out of 10, in my opinion. And that's all I'll say about that. You are lucky you are getting to do your final project on this. I know, hopefully I get an A. I mean, what's more romantic than a royal wedding? A wedding that's wedded out of love instead of obligation? Lucy, you're the one vowing that you'd never marry a prince. Again, with the flimsy foreshadowing. I know that, but that doesn't mean I can't find a wedding romantic. Fair enough. Oh, there she is. Oh, wow, that dress is gorgeous. It was... Kate's wedding dress was a ripoff of Grace Kelly's wedding dress, and about 4 years later, Sophia Helgqvist ripped off Kate's wedding dress for her own wedding to the Prince of Sweden. And it really did look like a knockoff copy. Like, it looked like it was made of fucking polyester. Oh, I know, it looks kind of like Grace Kelly's The American Princess. I just said it was a knockoff of Grace Kelly's dress. Like, Yeah, I forgot we had an American princess before, Lucy says. Yep, but at some point we will have another, Angela responds. You're probably right. I bet she's watching this wedding now, dreaming of her own Prince Charming. Ha ha ha. Fuck you with this flimsy foreshadowing. Lucy, I'm serious. There will be another American princess at some point in the future. Okay, I believe you. Little did they know it was going to be Meghan Markle. Of course not. It's gonna be fucking Lucille Kingston. Anyway, I might as well go see what my brother fucking wants. I think he needs me to drive him somewhere. He actually did not know that Sweden had royal family until today. I I played him that song that was written for Sophia's wedding, Sophia's Blutwals, which is a bit of a bop, not gonna lie. And I told him, like, oh yeah, this was written for a glamour model turned reality TV star turned Princess of Sweden. And he was just like, wait, Sweden has a royal family? And I was just like, yes, it does. And I don't know why it exists. I still don't know why it exists. Anyway, enough lollygagging. I should really go see what my brother needs. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Mwah.